Joining us on the Guadalupe Radio Network to talk about the upcoming MOTSY, March of the Surviving Youth, are two members of the COOL, that's the Catholic Organization for Life Youth Group. Miguel Morales-Wade is the president. Sarah O'Brien is the vice president. Miguel and Sarah, thanks so much for coming in here. We appreciate you guys being here in the KSHJ studio.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so it's 18th annual MOTSY. Pretty incredible to think that this March of the Surviving Youth has been around now for 18 years here in the greater Houston area. Miguel, let me start with you. First off, tell me about this group, the COOL, for people who are unfamiliar, maybe haven't heard of that before.
Yeah, so the COOL is the Catholic Organization of Life. It's a pro-life youth group run by youth. It's an archdiocese youth group with members from all over, and our mission is to provide community to pro-life youth and strengthen their belief that life starts at conception. It seems hard to be pro-life in this day and age, especially for young people, so we hope to provide that community to let them know that they aren't alone.
Yeah.
We have regular events such as monthly meetings at Holy Rosary Catholic Church, where we have food, we have speakers, talk about what it means to be pro-life, and we have fellowship with a great community. We also host movie nights and park picnics, as well as volunteer for good causes. The main things we do once a year is go to the National March for Life in Washington, D.C., as well as the annual march in Austin, and we host MOTSY.
Yeah, very good. Excellent. So, like I said, MOTSY is the most recent thing coming up, Saturday, September 27th. Sarah, tell me a little bit about MOTSY for people who have not heard that specific event.
So MOTSY is March of the Surviving Youth, and it is a Jericho march. So we begin with Mass at 8:30 a.m. at the Catholic Charismatic Center, followed by a guest speaker, which will be Michael Gormley, and then music. After that, we will then head down and do a Jericho-style march around Planned Parenthood. We'll do 7 laps with the trumpet at the end of each lap, and then we'll be saying the rosary while we're doing it.
Okay, very good. Now, I know you, Miguel and Sarah, are very familiar with MOTSY and with the COOL in general because you guys have siblings, friends that have been part of this organization before. Like I said, now COOL's been around now, like MOTSY, 18 years or so. So, Miguel, I know you had your sister here last year talking about it, Sarah. So tell me about, for people who haven't attended MOTSY, I know you guys have in the hundreds of people showing up there at the Catholic Charismatic Center. Miguel, tell me about the atmosphere. Like I said, you've been there in years past. What's it like?
It's great. I mean, you have a lot of people they're nice, obviously. We go to Mass. It's just a great community with people who share beliefs as you yourself.
Right, yeah. And I was going to say, like I said, well, you've been there. Like I said, family's been there, and it's been steadily growing. Like I said, something, I think, 400 or so last year. And then, Sarah, just to clarify, like I said, this has an attraction for the youth, right? People across the archdiocese, but families show up as well, right? They all come out.
Yes, all the families, the parents, even the younger ones, they all come out. And it's comforting to know that there are kids out our age, out there standing for what we stand and not being scared to show your beliefs and speak about them.
Yeah. Sarah, why is it so important to stand up for life? Why is being pro-life so important?
Obviously, we know life begins at conception, and the ones that are aborted obviously cannot defend themselves. And so we as the youth have to do something, since this world we live in, they don't want them to be born. They don't believe that they're children. They're made in the image and likeness of God. They're a person just like me, no matter if you are 4 years old, 40 years old, or if you are 4 months or still, in the womb. It's not okay that we can just abort them because of their age. And they can't do anything to defend themselves. So that's why we of the youth has to stand up and do something for the ones that cannot defend themselves.
Very good. So Miguel, then to follow up on that about why you think, again, piggybacking off of what Sarah had said about why being pro-life is so important. Like I said, I know so many members of your family have been pro-life. I imagine that's had an influence on you. Being the president of this group, why do you think it's so important that you guys put on events like that and continue to push this pro-life movement?
I mean, we really need to encourage youth to express their beliefs, because life begins at conception, and it is a human life, and they deserve to have the rights as anybody else.
Very good. So going back then to MOTSY specifically, you guys had mentioned the Mass. You guys had mentioned the talk that's going to be Michael Gormley We've had Michael Gormley on the program, great speaker as well. I know you guys have a lot of fun, and then you go out there to do what you were talking about earlier, Sarah, which is a Jericho March around Planned Parenthood. Again, for people who aren't familiar with what a Jericho March is that where you're like walking around the Planned Parenthood?
Yes, so we will make a lap around the Planned Parenthood, and we will do a trumpet at the end of each lap. So we will lead with a Marian statue as well as a Guadalupe photo. And then people, even non-cool members, bring their flags that represent their schools and just Catholic flags. And we'll do 7 laps while saying the rosary.
Okay, very good. So I wanted to kind of ask you a similar question, Sarah, that I'd asked Miguel, which is about sort of the atmosphere, your observations of having gone to MOTSY in the past, seeing the hundreds of people march out after going to the Catholic Charismatic Center. What do you take away? What do you remember from years past in something like a march, seeing everybody going from the Catholic Charismatic Center to the Planned Parenthood?
It's like whatever. I've never seen it before. Like the atmosphere to just come out. We end with the rallies. You're just excited. You have other people around you. It's a feeling that I can't describe on words, but it's comforting. It's fun. It's, we're serving a bigger purpose. We're doing what Jesus, we're following his works and what he planned out for us. So it's just an atmosphere that's none like others, as well being Catholic, but still having, fun and being pro-life and standing up for what matters and what's true.
Mm-hmm. And I mentioned you guys, or I should mention you guys are both homeschooled. Miguel, you're a senior. Sarah, you're a junior in high school. But I should mention that the Cool pretty much attracts everybody, whether they're homeschooled.
Yes.
It's everybody from all over Houston, right?
Yeah.
Very good. So then, noting that, Miguel, I want to follow up with asking you why you guys pray in front of a Planned Parenthood, because maybe some people may ask about that. Maybe some people would not quite understand why it's important specifically to pray there.
I mean, it's important to be a witness to faith, and by praying the full rosary in front of the Planned Parenthood at our monthly meetings and at MOTSY, it's very important that people can see that youth are praying and they are religious, and that they are pro-life.
Yeah, I love that phrase, witness to our faith.
Yeah.
That's very powerful, Miguel. So then, for you, Sarah, remind me, do you guys, I know Miguel interviewed his sister last year. Do you also have other family members that have participated as well?
Yes, so I've actually had 4 older sisters, and they've all been vice president. And then even my aunt came a few years after the Cool Group started. So it started a tradition in my family where my aunt was VP, and then all of us girls have all become and served as vice presidents.
Well, shout out to them as well. I did want to ask you, Sarah, for being also prayed outside of a Planned Parenthood. What do you think is the benefit of doing that? Do you think you can really kind of change hearts and minds by praying there?
Yes, I do. When Planned Parenthood was opened, when we'd be praying, we'd have people driving in, and we've convinced them by talking to them to, turn around, and people have saved, they didn't abort their babies. And it's a graveyard. Many babies have died there. And so to show your respect, we pray there too. Obviously, praying is important, but standing up and going somewhere, which evil has been done, and praying there means so much more. The effort that you're giving, to get up and go pray at a grave site and a Planned Parenthood just to do something about it.
Yeah. I had mentioned before there are people from all over Houston that participate in this, like I said, some 400 last year, and they come from all over. I wanted to give you guys a chance to mention the churches that you go to, the parishes that you go to with you and your family. So, Sarah, tell me, where do you go to church on the regular?
I go to Annunciation Catholic Church.
Very good. Downtown Houston. Shout out to Father Paul Felix, the pastor there. We've had him on the program. And Miguel, where do you go to church now?
I'm a parishioner at Our Lady of Walsingham.
Very good. The Ordinariate. Yeah.
Yes.
Very good. Well, it's beautiful liturgy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys enjoy that. Also, shout out to Father Chuck Huff there at Our Lady of Walsingham, a great group as well. So, again, I want to make sure I mention that MOTSY is open to everyone. Like I said, I know we have Catholics from all over, but just to clarify, Sarah, I guess you guys over the years have seen different people from all over, right?
Yes, so we get people from all over. We have people drive down from even as Austin and Dallas to come and participate in this event, because we want everybody. We want, even if you might not have the same beliefs as us, we want to show you and try and, talk to you and maybe shed some light on your beliefs and help you, find Jesus, find God, and find what the real belief is, that life begins at conception.
I want to ask you guys if anybody else in other cities, whether it's Austin or nearby, has ever asked you guys about the Cool. In other words, you guys have this successful event, MOTSY. Again, the 18th annual one is coming up Saturday, September 27th. Do you guys ever get inquiries, or have you heard about anybody asking if they can do something like the Cool in another city or another area?
I do. I've had a couple friends up in Austin and a friend in Dallas wanting to do something at their parish to kind of copy the Cool group and get a good youth group, a pro-life of just good people. And, you know, obviously the more the merrier, but you just need to start off some good Catholic pro-life people, and then you can grow from there. But I've had many people ask me about that, and I've tried to, you know, share what we've done in the past as a youth group.
Excellent. Very good. So I just want to reiterate again that people can look up and get involved in MOTSY. Again, it's going to be this Saturday, September 27th. Just to recap, Miguel, you had mentioned that the Cool does a number of different activities throughout the year. Yes. Recap, what kind of things do you guys do again? And I'm guessing it's an open invitation for all young people to get involved.
Mm-hmm. Well, on like a monthly basis, we have our general meetings, and it's for youth, so like 13 to 18. And we also host movie nights and sometimes park picnics. We're also looking to volunteer at really anywhere for if it's a good cause, like at a nursing home or cleaning up grave sites, all of that. And the main things we do, though, is we bring around 40 youth. Last year we brought like 40 youth to Washington, D.C. in the annual March for Life there. And we also bring youth to the march in Austin every year.
Very good. Credit to you guys, by the way, that went to the March for Life in Washington, D.C. It's always very cold, no matter what you've ever been there. That is, it always seems to be one of the coldest days of the year there in D.C. Give me the website, Miguel. If people want to learn more about the Cool or MOTSY, where do they go?
It's thecoolyouthgroup.com.
Okay, so pretty straightforward
Yes.
then, just the Cool Youth
Yes.
Group. Okay, and people can look that up. Very good. Sarah, one last question. Why would you encourage young people here in the Archdiocese, Greater Houston area, to get involved, maybe if they haven't heard of the Cool, haven't heard of MOTSY before?
So there are a lot of youth that are Catholic and pro-life, but to stand up and have an understanding of really what it is to be pro-life, you can say you're pro-life, but to actually stand up and do something about that means so much more. To stand up for, what's right for the lives and the babies that have been aborted, and just to find a good community that share your same beliefs, and that won't, in this world, people do not share the same beliefs as us, and they will attack us. So as a youth, if you have other youth people that have the exact same views as you, it really is, you become more sure of your beliefs and what you stand for.
Very good. Well, I hope everybody who is listening or watching this online will take that time to pray for all of the unborn children, pray for mothers who might find themselves in a tough situation and need help, that they can reach out to pro-life organizations here in Houston. So again, we are praying that this upcoming MOTSY, again on Saturday, September 27th, is a success as well. Hopefully you guys will continue to grow, as have been over the last, almost 2 decades now. Again, if people want to learn more, the Cool Youth Group is what it's called. Again, people can look it up. The Cool, again, the Catholic Organization of Life. Miguel Morales Wade, President. Sarah O'Brien, Vice President. Guys, thanks for being here. We appreciate your time today.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
for
having us.